Good morning, my beautiful people. And you are watching Stony Love Atlanta Morning Show. And I am your host, Stony Love. And today I have from the Curve my beautiful co host, Tony Campbell and Shannon Deneen. You know what?
It's all good, girl.
I get tongue tied a little bit. And how are you ladies doing today?
Amazing.
We are awesome.
We are amazing and very, very excited to be here.
Yes.
I'm excited that you guys decided to join me here today. I am doing the morning show,
Yeah.
and I'm excited because I'm a morning person. But I'm always a late morning person.
She's a late morning person.
So, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Wonderful.
The traffic, number one, in Atlanta.
Oh my goodness.
So, Tony,
Oh my
you were
goodness.
already telling me, you left
Yes.
home at a certain time.
I left home at 11:43 and got here at 1:30.
Well,
It doesn't make any sense. Shop early for your presents, people. Get off the roads. That's all I'm saying.
all right. And what about you in traffic?
So I did not encounter. So here's the thing, I work from home a lot, and
Okay.
so I don't encounter a lot of traffic normally.
Mhm.
So any traffic is a lot of traffic for me. And so today, when there were more than 6 cars on the road at 1 o'clock, I was like, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't. It's too much. It's too much traffic." And for me, the way that I was coming kind of against the major traffic, and it was still like I was only going a specific mile per hour, and I was like, "No, this is too much." But I got here in 30 minutes, which is not awful.
Did you use the HOV lane?
I did not. I did not cheat today.
You had the
No,
baby in the car.
I was about
I
to
did.
say, I used the HOV lane with my
Kids
two babies
count.
in the car.
But from where I was coming, the HOV lane is the Peach Pass lane, so you still have to have.
Yeah.
You can't just use the HOV lane when you get good and ready. You still have to have your Peach Pass, and because again, I don't have to use it often. I don't ever keep any money on it.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Well, they pulled me
That's
over.
real
I'm a
life.
peach and I'm passing.
Real life.
Okay? Yes. It is real life. Like I just said, I'm a peach. I don't have one of those what do you call it? Those passes, but
Peach
I'm
Pass, yeah.
but I'm a peach and I'm gonna pass right on through. And I did use the HOV lane. It was just me, myself, and I because I had to get here. And time is not the thing for me. It's the management. Time management is not good. But we have a lot to talk about, and I'm glad that you guys have joined me here today. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to
Yeah.
all of you out there.
Merry Christmas.
Yes. And I hope that
Happy Kwanzaa.
that you're shopping and getting those gifts for your family.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the gifts that you don't want this year.
Ooh.
Because if somebody buys me another pack of socks,
Well, if they're cute, fuzzy, fluffy socks, I like unique stuff. So, like I told you, I like unique mugs and I like unique socks. Like I went over to a friend of my house and she makes you take your shoes off and she has a basket of socks there, and she had these awesome brown socks that went all the way up to my knees and they were just so cute. She let me take them home. So I was like, I love them.
So,
She gets socks.
She gets socks. Yeah.
I
She
will
definitely
take
gets
all the socks.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't buy me socks. Listen, I really feel like I'm a very thoughtful gift giver. So I'm a gift giver who believes like you should have been listening to the person through the year, and when they when they said something or mentioned something that they wanted, that's the time to like put it in your memory bank and kind of remember. So I'm one of those people who's always thinking about what that person might really, really love. And anybody who knows me knows that I really, really love Starbucks. And you can give me a Starbucks gift card for any denomination, and I'm going to be excited about it. But what I don't, here's what I don't want, and I know this is going to sound awful, but I have more Bath and Body Works lotion and shower gel.
Oh, I
and
love that.
I know what to do. It's not that I don't love it. It's
Can
just
I
that-
raid your bathroom then?
Yes, absolutely, because I have more of that than I know what to do with. I like cocoa butter, okay? Just regular cocoa. It's not that I don't love the scents. The scents are amazing, but I love cocoa butter. And so all of those Bath and Body Works scents just kind of sit there for years. And so don't buy me Bath and Body Works scents.
Re-gift them.
Some of them I
Give them
have.
to Stony.
But if she's had them since 1985,
Well, no, you don't want.
that may not be a
Some
good
of
You
them
idea.
have
have
to
had to go.
re-gift sooner than
Oh, wow.
5 years ago.
So they're for decoration now.
Well, no. So let me say this. I typically there's an expiration date, and I typically throw them out after that.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. There's still so many left. Like I still have Bath and Body Works stuff that I got last year for Christmas.
Oh.
So to me, and a lot of times, like I'll try to use the lotions up, but can't use all the shower gels. And so if I have 14 things of shower gel since last Christmas, I just not gonna be able to use that all the time.
Give them to your son's teachers for Christmas.
Oh, now that's a good thought.
Yes, and they have Teacher Appreciation Week or Day or something.
Uh-huh.
Girl, re-gift them things.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. Yeah.
Well,
What do you not want?
I don't want any more socks.
Oh. Just socks though?
Well, yeah, socks. I'll take anything else but socks. Now, my granddaughter got me this. They got a chance to go shopping at their school.
Uh-huh.
And so she picked this out for me because she know I love coffee.
Yeah.
I'm a coffee person, so
Yay.
there we have it. And so I'm excited about it. And I told her that on the show I would bring my coffee mug.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
And so
awesome.
my grandson, he did buy me a little pendant as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I did with it. I'm sorry, Jeremiah, but
We love you
So-
anyway, Jeremiah.
yes, we do. But I'm excited about the holidays. The holidays are my favorite time because we get to get with the family. We get to reminisce about the past
Yeah.
and talk
Yeah.
about,
Mhm.
go down memory lane, sing songs together, and eat stuffing all day long until you just pass out on the couch.
Okay, so one moment. You
Yeah.
said stuffing.
Well,
Do you mean stuffing or do you mean dressing? I'm just saying.
I said stuffing to be politically correct, but it's cornbread dressing,
It is
y'all.
absolutely cornbread dressing. I've had to tell so many people stuffing is not a thing that we do in the South. You
Right.
have to have a pan of corn. Do you eat stuffing?
I'm from the North,
You're from
people. I'm
Philadelphia. I
from
don't-
Philadelphia.
yeah,
We
that doesn't
eat
count.
cornbread
Just
stuffing.
stuffing.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God.
We
Y'all
eat it
have to forgive
inside
me.
and outside of the bird.
You have to
Ah.
forgive Tony. She can't.
I tried.
What? Stuffing is yummy. My mama put the sausage in there, and oh my good, yes, some sage sausage. Sage sausage will save you. I love it. Yes.
I have eaten
Yes.
it that way
Do you
before.
know you put sausage in your dressing?
Uh-uh.
What? What's in there?
Sage.
Is it just bread?
No, bread, green peppers, red peppers, onions, celery, sage
no.
seasoning, and
Girl,
put
put
that thing
the
in the oven.
sausage in there. It will take it to a whole nother level.
That sounds
Put
like some
sausage in there.
jambalaya dressing.
No,
Chicken
it's
broth.
good. It's good. My mama put some sage.
Is your
sausage
husband
in
from
there.
Philadelphia too?
He's from New York.
Oh, so y'all up
Yeah, we're
that
both
way.
Northerners.
Yeah, that way.
Where they eat stuffing.
Yeah. Well,
But my mama's
Cornbread
from
dressing.
Brunswick, Georgia, so she learned it from there and brought it. I don't know how she.
and
learned
she
it,
just
but-
gave it that name, but it's okay, Mama. We're
but
gonna
we-
let you have
I'm
that.
telling you, sage sausage will save your life, people.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, I'm ready for that. For food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love food.
I love food. I love food.
I can't help it. I've even had the gastric sleeve, and I still managed to undo that and just eat whatever. Okay?
Really?
Yes.
She said she undid it.
Didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, I did. And so I'm trying to go back to shrinking the belly,
Okay.
Mhm.
well, the stomach, and I'm drinking the shakes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm trying to trick myself, like, yeah, I'm gonna be good, during the holidays,
Mhm.
and just eat one big meal that evening.
Mhm.
So I'm hungry right now, so I might be kind of evil because
Are you hangry, friend?
yes,
She's
I had
hangry.
I had 2 shakes today.
Yeah. And that. And then you
Is
were
that
hangry.
it?
Yeah, I'm
That's not
hungry.
enough.
Oh, yeah.
But they're the
Absolutely.
nice, they're the expensive ones from GNC,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and that's the ones that the doctor at that time they told you that you can have, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Okay.
oh, strawberries taste so good, but that's because you're so hungry. So I'm thinking of cornbread dressing and potato salad. So whoever makes the potato salad at my house, I hope they don't put celery and onions in the potato salad. Please, thank you.
Tell me I need some potato salad.
No, let me tell you how to make potato
Is
salad.
this well, I'm just saying, who?
Some people do. They put the onions and the celeries and then the red stuff and then the eggs and the mustard and the mayonnaise.
Now that I've heard of in there
To make it yellow,
and
yeah.
the mustard and the mayonnaise, but I have not seen anyone put celery. I would tend to agree with you, friend. If somebody puts some celery in my potato salad, you don't get to cook anything else ever.
Right. So that's a no-no. So whoever does that this year, no.
Not you.
So I'm excited.
glad I don't even eat potato salad.
Why? That's the
I
good
don't
part.
know. It's just something about the chunkiness of the potatoes and the.
Oh no, she doesn't like that cold part on the
Yeah.
tooth.
Probably,
on the teeth.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
I will take a
consistency.
good deviled egg. Like,
I like
can
those
you
too.
make some great deviled eggs?
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to make devil
I
eggs.
can.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
Girl,
learn. I
good.
had to learn. But yeah, I made some. Yeah.
Now, cranberry sauce on everything. I have to have that on my plate.
Uh-huh.
Now,
So-
do you do the real cranberry sauce with the little cranberries in
No.
it, or
Does
you
yours come out
can?
the
The
can with the
can.
lines around
Mine
it?
has to have the lines
I look
because
for
I'm
the
a
lines.
northerner.
I look for the
yes,
lines.
we need lines.
I look for
I
the
can't
lines.
do the berries.
Don't make your own cranberry sauce. I'm not eating that.
Yeah, it should
Oh, wow.
be chunky. Why is
Yeah.
cranberry sauce chunky?
I don't want to taste the actual cranberries. It needs to be because the cranberry sauce.
I like
is
the
something you
gelled.
can't- Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
gelled.
gelled.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been pureed properly.
Right, and then you just
smooth.
dice them up in little squares,
That's really
and
it.
then people can come and scoop them
It's
up.
really that part.
So there was a little bit of Thanksgiving etiquette, y'all. Scoop the cranberry sauce.
Yes.
Thank you. So moving right along with the news today. Now, there's a lot of things we can talk about. One of those things are the new season of Love After Lockup. Now everybody need loves.
I'm sorry.
Everyone does need love, but I don't think you should find love anywhere. Not just anywhere. People.
Not anywhere?
Not anywhere. Mm-mm.
Love After Lockup. I mean, this is like, wow. So We TV.
This is okay. So WeTV is notorious for making these like series that have like. Didn't they also? Aren't they also the makers of 90 Day Fiance?
Yes,
Like
I believe
these
so.
very weird ways of finding love. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not mad at anybody for finding love wherever you find it. You know what? If you happen to find your love behind bars, then you go for it. Shoot your shot. Your girl's not mad at you. I'm just saying, I feel like there are so many people in the world who are outside of jail.
Yes.
And can we start with them first?
But
and
what if
then
he's
say-
getting ready to get out?
But why was he
Is
in
that the
there in the
premise?
first place?
Okay, but is that the premise of Love After Lockup? Because I don't know the premise of the show.
I think they might talk to them at the same, like talk to them while they're in prison,
Okay.
and they're just about to probably get out in probably 90 days or something.
Okay.
I have no
Well,
idea.
I mean, looking at this picture, she's on the other side of the fence. He has the orange jumpsuit on.
I mean, that's
And she's waiting for her man. I mean,
I'll look it up when we take our commercial break. I'm just saying, like, you know what? Here's the thing. I have a friend who started dating a guy while he was in lockup,
mhm.
and he is a perfectly lovely individual. He has changed his life. He has done all of these amazing things while he was in prison to kind of reform himself and to be an active member of society and an active member in the community. I think he was one of the directors of the program, you know, when they bring youth to the prison to kind of, it's not Scared Straight anymore, but when they bring youth to the prison so that they can talk to them about changing their lives and doing things differently. So he was like one of the people in the prison who coordinated that. He was like a coordinator of that program. And so it's not that I don't think there are men and women in prison who are worthy of love, because I would never want to. That's never the case. Everyone is worthy of love. I just feel like when you're in, I feel like it's just like timeout when you like when I put my son on timeout. Like I don't necessarily. I want him to be thinking about what he did and how he is going to rehabilitate himself versus thinking about what's going to happen afterwards. I don't know how I feel about.
So if he had 5 years,
5 years,
and he met someone during the pen pal state, and they connected very well,
mm-hmm.
you feel that, we'll just call him John, that John should wait to the end of those 5 years to be able to see her, and then if she's fallen in love with him, they shouldn't go to the warden and ask to be married?
Let me think about that, friend.
I
I don't know. So here's the other thing. Let me tell you something. Stony Love has also taught me about my astrology and my signs and my moon's rising and my sun's ascending and all of that good stuff. And so
I need to ask you about that. How did that go? Well, we're going to get to that later.
We'll get there. But
Okay.
now that I know some things about, I have never really been into astrology, but now that I have, seen these whatchamacallits, I think maybe you find your reading and you find the reading of the person who might be
on the other side.
On the other side.
Right.
And you see if that thing might work out because it seems accurate.
It really is. It really is, and I'm a testimony to that. But if I was in this situation and I was her on the other side, I wouldn't marry anyone that's on the inside.
Really?
Yeah. And I know you look at me and say, "Why would I say that?"
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because while you're inside, you are growing and you're developing so much of yourself, your true self, and it's at alone time.
Yeah.
So you
Thinking
may
about what you have done and planning for how you want your life to
be
right?
right.
It's like personal love on time out. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
So during that time out, whether it's 5 years, 7 years, 10 years,
Whatever.
you're contemplating how are you going to be a better person or even a worse person.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are not redeemed.
Nope.
People are not
Okay.
rehabilitated.
And I see that look on your face, but you're being judgmental.
I'm not being judgmental. I'm not being judgmental.
No, she's like,
But I definitely I know me. I would not marry anyone on the inside, mainly because my uncle, who is a correctional officer, he told me point blank. He said he better never catch me date anyone who's been to prison, even if they've only been to prison for 24 hours. And
Okay.
I said, okay, uncle, because, I ain't trying to get in trouble with my family. But also because I'm a very straight and narrow person. I follow most of the laws except for speeding a little bit. But I feel like those speed limits need to be up because they're ridiculous.
so you break the law and speed?
Breaking the law
as the first officer who stopped me when I moved here to Georgia, he said, "You from the north because you got a heavy foot." I do have a lead in my foot, but that's just I'm a woman. I like a little speed.
See? So
But
she's breaking the law.
I
She is
am,
breaking the law.
but I'm not. That's not a law
But it's a
that
misdemeanor.
would
You
know
necessarily
you're not
get
going to
me
jail.
into
That's
prison.
Hold on. Hold on.
Unless
Breaking the law.
Let's
I'm
put
breaking
the
another part of the law.
let's put the brakes on this because your church, you are a full-fledged, maybe a first lady type of woman. Yeah. Hi.
Well, I mean, he's
Okay.
an elder, but I don't think
He's
I'm
an
a
elder.
first lady.
Thank you.
Yes, he's an elder.
See, that's what I'm saying. But you can tell how she come across
She does
on
kinda carry
the
herself
diva,
like, you
on the curve. Like she come across the diva,
Right, I
the
know.
first lady,
No.
the first lady of the church type.
Okay.
So as I was saying, would you date someone that's in prison? Her nose was all the way up
Was
here.
up there?
Yeah.
So we're also streaming live, and I want, if you're online, I need you to tell us the premise of. I need you to look it up right fast and tell us the premise of what's it called again? Love After Lockup. Tell me the
Love
premise.
After Lockup.
Find that out because I feel like there's got to be something to this. Like there's.
And we're
gotta
gonna have to
be-
take this to the curve too.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna have to take
Because
it to the curve,
I
'cause
want to
wanna-
know
I
what
wanna
is wrong
understand.
with dating someone. So let me
I
say.
can't
See, she
date
made me
you
want
if
to.
you can't
She
come in
made
my house
she
for
make me.
dinner.
She make me want to just. throat.
What?
No. She makes me want to just.
Tell the people. Tell the people something. Tell the people. Tell them.
She just make.
I'm just saying, you know.
Okay, well, those speaking of
how
like.
are they going out to dinner? How are they going to watch
They're
movies
not.
together?
So what about
Exactly.
What happens when he get out? Does he
See-
still doesn't need to be with her? Because she's about to make me cry.
You really have to get to know that person outside of lockup. Right? People can write anything they want in a letter.
That I absolutely agree with.
They
Here's
they
the
can
thing.
be anybody on paper.
Right.
So I need
So what
to
if your
interact
co-host
with
did
you.
time in prison? Would you not want to co-host with her? I'm just saying.
No,
hypothetically.
that's not true. I would have to get to know you. Like what we did during the interview process, we went out to dinner to see if we meshed and hung out.
And you just want to make sure I didn't kill Bernie.
Yeah, I need to
The
make
Weekend
sure
with Bernie?
you're not going to,
Remember
you
that?
I
know,
do.
pull a knife out of your purse and go after me because I got babies to raise. You know, I'm just saying.
I think.
Wow, that's funny.
So I think that it's not about the being. It's you know what it is. I feel the same way about long distance relationships. It's
Definitely.
very hard to cultivate a relationship when there is no proximity.
Exactly.
And you can get you don't always know what that person will do in certain situations. And so that's I had a long distance relationship when I was in college that I know I really hurt that boy. Bless his heart. I cheated all over him, and it was not.
Well, that's the Scorpio thing.
It is.
You
but-
stung him.
Yeah, I did sting him, but the reason is because there was not enough proximity, and so there was.
Like,
Because of that, I needed that. I needed physical touch at the time.
Yes.
I needed taking out at the time. I needed that everyday affirmation. I needed somebody to share my life with.
Yes.
And so I feel like that is just another different type of long distance relationship, which is why I think you got to wait until somebody is proximately close to you. Same thing I tell girls in college. Don't be dating no dude at Alabama State. Don't date. If you're in Georgia, if you're in Florida, your boyfriend does not need to go to NYU. Like you cannot.
Yeah.
This is not
I don't know
gonna
what
work
he's
for
doing
you.
all the way over there, and I don't know what he's doing in prison. I mean, I'm
Exactly.
sorry, but
It's a
Well,
long distance relationship.
yeah.
Did anybody find out? Did anybody tell me? Okay, y'all.
well, I think that when he get out, if he has redeemed himself, this is my take on it.
We can talk.
They can, take it slow,
Absolutely.
and if he's showing that he's positively rehabilitated, look at her face into society.
I'm agreeing with you. Once
She was
you
like,
get out,
So tell me this:
and
your
Once you
husband
get
is
out.
an elder,
yes, he is.
and you met your husband, and you fell in love with him, and y'all are together now. But one day you're flipping through the newspaper, and there is this picture of someone talking about something that happened 50 years ago in New York City when he was about maybe 15. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Okay.
And you're like, wait a minute. John Smith Gamble? His name's Smart. And he kind of looks...
Like Tyrone.
Right. So would you want a divorce?
Well, I wouldn't
Well, see,
necessarily
that's
want a
different.
divorce, but
That's
How?
different,
'Cause we're
because-
already
But he didn't tell her.
married.
Right, that's the thing.
But-
That's what would make
yeah,
that a
that
problem.
would be the
problem would not
conversation we
because
would
you
be
did it.
having.
Yeah, the problem would not be because you did it. The problem would be you did it and you didn't tell me about it.
Right.
And we've been
'Cause
married
we-
for this many years and, had
And
these
we are
kids.
pretty transparent with each other. We
Yeah.
tell each other everything. So
But just what if? Would you have that look on your face?
yeah, I'd be like, dude, what is this? I
She
need you
probably
to
would.
explain this
Now
to
that
me.
I feel
Wow.
like
Because,
inaccurate.
it's slapping me in the face right now. I need to know.
Well,
Especially if he like killed somebody, then we got some
We got to talk
'Cause-
about it.
he know.
I hope your husband never gotten fingerprinted for anything.
Well, he did for our gun licenses, but that's about
And
it.
you forgave him. You forgave him.
Well, no, because it's the law. You got to get fingerprinted for a gun license.
And
So
he-
I knew he didn't do anything because his background came back A-okay.
Them the ones you gotta watch. The one that got the A-OK, never been in trouble. Them the ones that put their hands around your neck.
Nah.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
he know.
Not
He
I'm
know
just
better.
talking- I'm
He
just
know
talking.
better.
But let's move right along, and we're gonna talk about some, I guess they Hollywood drama. We're talking about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, the two Ks.
Yay.
Kim
So-
K.
Now, they have recently been seen after not been seen for a while together. So, they're doing all of these different types of poses together. Looks like Kanye is practicing his jail pose because that's a jail pose.
What is Kanye
That
wearing
is.
right there? What is that?
Well, it looks like he has on some pajamas and some, I don't know.
I thought those looked like pajamas to me. That looks like a smoking jacket, or I'm not really sure what that is.
And she has on some like gel shoes.
Now-
They're clear shoes, but they're like the gel shoes that we used to get from Payless.
I'm wondering, have they not been together because she was getting a boob job? Because her boobs look bigger.
Yeah,
Her boobs look
Picture.
bigger.
They look
She
a
may have
lot
gotten a little
bigger.
touch-up.
I think she got.
She looks like she
the
lost
job
some weight,
done.
but she looks like Elvira in this picture.
Kim,
She looked like her mama. She looks aged in this picture. Yeah. You might want to cut it down on that Botox boob.
So now, Precious Prince, let's go back to this. So that relationships and marriages should be built on trust and understanding. Okay, Precious Prince, but what about if they're a convicted felon?
Well, that's
Going
the
back to the last story.
understanding part.
Yeah,
he's,
he's
if he's convicted, I guess she's saying you have to understand if he's a
Oh.
convicted felon and you fall in love with him, you are understanding of what he did.
well, I do an application before we start dating,
I'm here for that.
Yes.
I'm here
And
for
a
that.
background
and I
check.
take a deposit.
Listen,
She said a deposit.
listen.
Non-refundable deposit.
No refundable.
Oh, my
These are
goodness.
administration fees. These are due.
Y'all talking about me?
Don't find application. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I do an
If college
application.
can do it, why not?
Right.
Okay.
And I need for you to be truthful on the application, and I need the deposit and no counterfeit money orders.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Cash.
just right. So that's for real. But speaking of Kanye and what is her name?
Kim
Kim.
Kardashian.
Kim?
Kim.
Now, I really wish she didn't do all of that to her body. I always thought that she was very voluptuous in the way she was. But, you know, and going to, let's talk about cosmetic surgery. I am a full-figured woman, always has been. No matter what I do, I can get on the treadmill all day. Yeah, you know, you can tell, you will be able to tell that I've been walking all day, but, you know, I'm approaching 50, so some things are just not where it's supposed to be. Okay?
Man, come on, gravity.
However, but I am not that that insecure about it that I would like to have plastic surgery. I couldn't imagine messing up this beautiful face or trying to lift these boobs. Like, I think I'm okay with that. I mean, would you want to? Or would you
Well,
want to?
Yeah.
You do?
I was
I
gonna
don't-
say there's some procedures that I want around the boobage area. I want them lifted and reduced, really, because
Oh.
giving birth to babies and breastfeeding and oh my goodness, and they're just huge and heavy, so they're weighed down and they hurt your back. So I would love to, get a lift and a reduction.
How does your husband feel about that?
Well, he told me I can't get my reduction until I lose a little bit more weight because he said I'm gonna be mad because if your boobs are smaller than your belly,
It does look
you're
funny.
not gonna like yourself.
It does
So
look a little
he
strange.
doesn't care now. He does like the boobs. He is a boob man.
Oh, he's a milkman.
He's a milkman. But yeah, I mean he's
Right.
like whatever makes me happy.
Well,
So I have teeter-tottered on the concept of getting a tummy tuck
okay.
and getting liposuction. I don't know if I would feel comfortable adding anything. I think taking away, I feel okay with. I don't know how I feel about the lifting and the pushing up of it all. I'm
Right.
not really sure I feel about that either. Here's the thing. I want women to feel good about themselves, period. So if that requires you to have surgery within reason, and I think within reason means different things for different people, but within reason, so that it's what you're doing is not harmful or dangerous to yourself or your body. I think surgery is fine. I think where I have the biggest issue with Kim Kardashian is not necessarily that she's had the surgery. It is the way in which she portrays herself as if those parts of her body were not something that a surgeon gave her. Like, and then I feel like she flaunts things on Instagram in a way that makes young girls feel like they are inadequate if they don't have that. And what those young women don't understand is Kim paid for that. She bought it, girl. She bought all of that.
Well, it clearly states that she's unhappy with herself. I felt that she was beautiful the way she was.
Well, she's
And also the other Kim too. She hurt my feelings when she just got herself all jacked up.
Kim who?
Little Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say other Kim.
So she is an excellent example of going
Too
outside
far.
of within reason.
Right.
Like, she is.
And they all have that look once they get it done. Like they all have that. They all have that look.
But Kim K is her. I feel like her unhappiness with herself is her comparing herself to her younger sisters because she has Kylie and that other Jenner.
But she was getting all of that before them.
I know, but first it was the industry. You know, in the industry that she's in, and then now she's getting older, so she has to compare herself to her sisters who are young. And I mean, shucks, my 18-year-old body don't look like this 44-year-old body right now.
That's accurate.
I mean, when I had my first baby, I went home in my size 6 jeans. And snapback was beautiful. But when I gave birth to my last at 40, yeah, I had baby weight from 39 because I mean I had weight for about 12 years. It just it doesn't go away. And because she's in that industry and she's trying to keep her popularity up there and all that other stuff. She's competing, but what people have to understand is you have to stop comparing yourself to other people.
Agreed.
You have to do you and make your money for you the way you know how to make it, not comparing yourself to someone else, especially someone, what is she, about 10 years younger than her?
Right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, what's going on with Cardi B? And
I love her.
Oh, you love her?
I love me some Cardi.
I adore Cardi, and I want Cardi to want better for herself.
Well, I don't understand why she gave up on her husband. They were soulmates. I did their astrological background.
Well, I won't say she gave up on
I don't
him.
think she gave up on him.
Right now, she just needs space, Offset, and you need to give it to her.
Let
Allow
that woman
her
have space.
to have time to think about what she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? But he messed up. He did the royal mess up. And so
what people don't understand is the time when he did all of this, we had the transits and things of that. And I'm speaking astrologically speaking. And usually when, I don't know, you read, well, I'm going to say that. Well, astrologically speaking, during that time, things that look good to you, it was like a mirror. It was like, oh, that looks really good. And then as soon as the transits turn, you're like, get away from me. We had retrograde going on. We had Jupiter coming into its house where the planet is rolling backwards. So if something is going backwards and you looking in the mirror at it, it might look a little different to you. It may look a little bit appealing.
So when he ran up on stage on that girl during that girl's show where she was headlining,
he was having a
moment.
Right, and I need to tell Cardi that because she needs to forgive him because it is not his fault. We had the transits during that time.
And he didn't know.
And he didn't understand why he was like, oh,
being
I gotta just go over there. And he didn't understand
He
that.
didn't know. Okay.
So it's forgiven.
You know what? Whenever the next time I have an argument with anybody, I'm gonna call Stoney and be like, "Listen, girl, I am having an argument. What is happening with the planets?" Because
Right. One of my girlfriends, I saved her marriage because let me tell you what happened. And I'm not gonna call their name, and so if she's watching, she'll know. She called me. She was like, "Stoney, he's over here tripping. He's gotten a restraining order. I says, y'all need to chill out." Mercury just went retrograde, so your communication is all over the place. Wait in a couple of days. You go somewhere, he goes somewhere. No, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I was like, no, just chill out. It's going to be okay. It's going to smooth over in a few hours. She did, and they're together now.
And they are happily.
They're so happy.
Ever after.
When I say they're so happy, they getting it on.
We got to figure out what's going on with the planets.
Well, let me tell you what's going on right
Pop
now.
off. Okay.
Now we have Capricorn going into its sign, so that's you.
Okay.
Now Capricorn being the money house,
Yes.
how we get our money. Now a lot of people think, and that's what's going on with the stock market right now. If you look at the stock market, because of the transits, and a lot of people are not aware of that.
Okay.
So again, you see the lottery, how the jackpot is going higher and higher and higher.
Can I get some numbers? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can throw you some out there, but
Yes,
let me tell
Don't
you this.
Tell everybody, just me.
Let me tell you this. but no, seriously, with the transits going into Capricorn, Capricorn is the ruler of money. It's the money house, and also it is the boss. Capricorn is the boss. It is the sun.
Yeah.
So when you have that transit leaving Sagittarius, because it follows Sagittarius, you would think you would get an expansion, but you got all of your expansion in your deal making. If you notice around this last month, a lot of deals that were made, contracts that were signed, were going into her season, your season. So now this is the time for your house, and the moon right now is in Capricorn. I'm sorry, in Cancer, which is your opposite sign.
Yeah, we don't like them.
Right. So with it being in your opposite sign, you got a lot of emotions. Like you might just be riding down the street and be like, "Oh my God, I can't remember." And I'm just crying and crying. I can't stop crying because Cancer is the ruler of the house. It is the ruler of thinking about what happened when you were a young child and how you got now. So if you've noticed recently, you've been reminiscing a lot and probably a little teary-eyed. Your full moon is in Cancer. And so with it being right now in its north node, it has flipped. It has changed things. And y'all get me deep right now. So it's
I'm learning some things.
So it's causing this thing. It's causing some things to come to an end, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship. A lot of people getting ready to break up and they don't know it.
Listen, cuffing season is over.
Right.
Tony said the planet said.
Right.
Cuffing
It's
season
over.
Is a wrap.
No more
And if you've been
cuddling.
in a third party relationship, it's about to be revealed.
If you a side chick or a side boo, they about to go back home to their wife and or husband.
No,
Just saying.
Possibly
That
leaving the
wife
wife
about
or
to find
husband
out.
for the side chick.
Oh.
I left home for my side piece. So yeah, that.
But listen, it might be side chick season. Wait a minute.
Wait a
So
minute.
he left home for the 20 and left the 80 at home.
It could be.
Oh,
'Cause
During
the
this
planet-
season,
he
yes.
ain't gonna be happy in February.
Listen, it's side chick season. Come
Well,
on, side
it's nothing
chick.
wrong with being a side chick.
It's your turn.
Look, that's her face.
Listen, I don't judge. I don't.
Well, Cardi B, you got to give a shout out to all the side chicks.
Listen, so Cardi was like all the side chicks. I got a husband and a whole. I got a kid and a whole career, and I don't have time for offsetting your foolishness. That's
Right.
what's going on with Cardi.
Well, Offset has had a reset, so he's going to be fine
I hope
because
so.
that's what the Capricorn does.
Okay.
It resets, and you know when
Set your life, yo.
right, it does. It resets your life, the foundation. Now, just think about if you have to reset your phone, you lose all of your data, all of that stuff, and so now you're starting from scratch.
Okay.
So Offset is going to be reset.
So the two side chicks that he was trying to have the threesome with, they don't get to come into 2019.
Hopefully,
Probably.
they lost their phone number.
Probably not,
Capricorn.
but I think that.
Rising.
I think that see, and let's talk about when men step outside of their relationship. She has a lot of mouth,
Uh-huh.
so Cardi B needs to shut up if she wants to keep her man.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, she needs to be quiet.
Okay.
And then she has her tongue always out of her mouth. She needs to put that back in.
But how about if that tongue is what got her man?
I don't
See, but that doesn't mean that that's going to keep your man. See, people think you need more than sex to keep your man. It's substance.
Agreed.
That is true. I
So
agree
you
to
can
that.
have the best tongue, all of it. And after he finished, and if y'all can't have a conversation and you can mentally stimulate him and he get to those emotions, it's a wrap, baby.
It
I'm
is.
sorry.
'Cause
Because intimacy sometimes is without the sex.
it is. Very much.
Agree.
So.
Now that
Yeah.
is that I absolutely agree with. I don't know how I feel about Cardi having to shut up. I don't know how I feel about.
Do you know
Cardi.
she reminds me of that Perez lady?
Rosie Perez?
Yeah, that might be her mom.
They have that is a whole.
That is not her.
That's not her mama. But they have a. I mean, she's Dominican.
Yeah.
Like she's
That's her culture.
And then-
that is part of her culture.
And Nicki Minaj reminds me of Shaka Khan.
Don't do that to Shaka.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
No,
to Shaka.
look at them.
I,
You got. I'm gonna when we get off. I'm gonna Google that.
Queen
I'm
Shaka
sorry,
Khan.
Nikki.
I can't.
No.
I can't.
I'm not
Don't do that
speaking.
to Shaka Khan.
I'm not
Queen
speaking
Shaka
of.
Shaka
Khan
Queen. Yes.
is classy and.
I'm not meaning the demeanor. I'm meaning the look.
her physical.
Yes.
Okay, so she looks like Shaka Khan in the makeup and the wigs, but just Nikki. What is Nikki's real name?
I don't know.
Without
She got
all
a
of
real
that
name?
makeup and
Did you see?
Onika. Onika doesn't look like that.
Well, did you see
Onika-
Onika when
Onika
she
is
didn't
okay.
have a butt
Yes.
and didn't?
She don't look like Shaka Khan. She I can tell you who she looks like, but it's not Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan.
Oh my goodness.
Well, moving right along now. Y'all know what I want to talk about. Matt said he telling everything like a girl.
Matt Lauer.
Yes.
Is he telling his part? Or
They
is he
say it's
telling
3
on
sides to
everybody
a
else?
story.
His side.
His, theirs, and the truth.
I want the truth, man.
Matt. Matt. I would like Matt. All I want to hear from Matt Lauer is "I'm sorry." Like that's all I want to. I don't even need to know the bloody, gory details of what happened or why you even did what you did. I just need you to say I'm sorry and I'm willing to change.
And where is Matt's prison number? I'm just saying, he was locking people into his office.
If
Ooh.
anybody
That's-
needs a
I
prison
like
number-
that.
Called hostage.
No, girl, but the girls who were working underneath him did not. Like the young women were not feeling. These are
They felt
think about it,
trapped.
it's cool if it's a dude that you trying
That
to holler
you
at,
know.
but if it's your boss
Oh no, I'll be terrified.
Exactly.
telling you to get underneath the desk and do, girl,
And
yeah.
then
Ew.
getting the button
You didn't
and
hear all
locking
the
the
things,
doors.
all the accusations.
And he didn't go. Why isn't he sharing a cell
Exactly.
with Bill Cosby?
That is
Hello?
an excellent
That
question.
is an excellent question.
That-
They just did
Question,
Bill
Stoney.
all kind of ways.
They did,
They
they
did.
did, and they probably should have, because with the number of women that came out against Bill Cosby, here's what I can tell you: some of those chicks were lying, and some of those chicks got cut checks. But all 87 of those women were not lying. Not all 87 of them.
Well, let me say
like
this.
20 of them were telling the truth.
Why would
and
you
that's 19
wait?
too many.
Why would you wait that long? If you hit me,
Mhm.
do you think I'm gonna wait till 2020 to say that you hit me?
I don't disagree with you. I think that there was absolutely some monetary compensation provided for those women
Yes.
telling their stories by someone. But the problem that I've always had with the Bill Cosby story is, if you didn't do anything, nobody would have anything to get compensated for. So you always have to look at the proximate cause, which is Bill Cosby was around here drugging women and taking them to the
What
crib.
was he dragging them with?
Yeah. Well, he would give them a
The-
pill or whatever.
So where's the drug dealer that he got it from?
He was giving them
The doctor.
prescription
Yeah,
medication.
it was the doctor's office.
Yeah.
But I agree. Everything Bill Cosby did was completely wrong. But also, I feel like sometimes we as women have to step up and be like, no, I'm not taking that pill you giving me because I don't know where it came from.
Right, but he wasn't giving them pills. He was putting it in their teeth.
No, one of the women was like, I had a headache, and he
Okay,
was
yeah,
like,
that's
here,
true.
take these. And
That's true.
she didn't say, what are these things? Why
That's
are
true.
you giving them to me? They don't look like Tylenol to me. I mean, and it's no way I'm going to put something in my mouth if I don't know what it is.
But even if let's say he had been duplicitous and giving it to them out of a Tylenol bottle. I mean, how many times do we actually take the medicine, look at it, make sure that the Excedrin,
Right.
Like I don't.
And
carry
that's
around
and that's
my
like
own medicine.
and that's like this. If we're friends and I say, hey Shannon, let me get some.
Holla at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That's
that
true.
I think that would be disrespectful to you to be like, girl, let me see what this is.
Let me make sure that I. Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't.
No, y'all be
particularly
like, oh,
done
we
that.
know Tony, she crazy. She looking it up on YouTube.
Oh, you
What is this pill that's 917 on the white pill? Yes, I need to know what it means. But no, I mean, but it's just some things. I mean, you know, men who do that are scum of the earth. They are awful people.
They are.
But you know, we as women also have to make sure that we protect ourselves.
I
and
don't
always
disagree
possible.
with that. Like, your protection is always paramount, but I don't want to. I never want to be in a situation where we put the onus of something bad happening to you on a victim. Like, I don't ever want a woman to feel like, oh, something bad happened to you, but it's your fault because you didn't do X.
No. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that, but it's even like, you know, even people who get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know your limits. I know if I go out and drink, I drink 2 drinks and that's it. That's it, because I know.
Wait a minute, the elder drank with you too?
Oh, well, I taught him how to drink. He wasn't drinking before he met me.
Or she say, this is the wine.
But
Lord.
my thing is, like, you know, I'm not going to sit there and get crazy drunk, but I pass out, and then I don't know what happens the rest of the night.
I don't disagree with that. Like, I think you have a responsibility for yourself and your body. Yes. But I think if, like, if me and Stoney get in a fight and she cuts me with a knife, it's not my responsibility. It's her responsibility as the wielder of the knife. It's not my responsibility as a person to say, oh, I can't get cut. You know, it's my fault because Stoney cut me.
Well, why
That's
were
not
y'all
how it works.
fighting in the first place?
It's an example, Tony.
But I mean, that would be my thing. Is like, I'm not even gonna fight with you. Why we fighting, boo? I don't understand.
If she goes over to Mr. Cosby's house and because she wants a job.
Well, let's say this. One of
Well,
the
she
client,
know
one of
what she
the
doing.
the viewers say that the reason why Bill Cosby was
True.
set up was because he was trying to purchase NBC.
That's true.
That is true too.
So I do believe that.
agree with
I
that.
stand with Bill Cosby, and I think I'm going to write him a letter and ask him and see how he's doing.
You want to be his pen pal?
No, I just want to make. Oh my God! I just want to make sure that he's okay.
I'm just saying.
I love you, Bill Cosby, and I hope that you're okay.
He can't.
Bill Cosby
Until
probably
his
needs
wife
to do
divorces him, you can't marry him.
I'm not trying to marry him because
Okay.
I have love for someone else. But well, you know, so it's unfortunate that Bill Cosby is in jail and in prison, and I feel that he was wrongfully. That's my opinion. That it was orchestrated and it was conspired against him. That's my opinion, and you know, there it is. Now let's talk about these people not eating because I can't imagine not doing that.
Who's not
Now,
eating?
Angelina Jolie, she has a right not to eat this Christmas. Yeah, Mrs. Smith without the Mr. Smith this year.
So I have always liked Angelina better than I like Jen.
No, I love Jen.
I am a Friends fanatic. I didn't even know. Well, I didn't even know her until she stole Jen's husband.
Yeah.
There's something,
Who is
there's
Jolena?
something dark and wonderful about Angelina Jolie, and I'm just very sad that she's sad this holiday season. I've always been an Angelina fan, and I think,
Maybe
however,
she needs
I
to
do
go back to drinking blood.
I don't know about that, but I do feel like I hope she finds a good somebody.
She did. She had that man, oh my God, Bill Thornton guy.
Oh, she.
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
But Billy, I think he done got way beyond, because he was that part of that drinking the blood thing. I think she was drinking his blood. Was it? She
maybe
had it
so.
in a vial, and maybe she can go back to her brother.
I equally thought Billy Bob was weird when in Monsters Ball. I thought he was just weird. His
I thought
acting
that whole
is
movie was weird.
It is.
Like, why did what her name is?
Halle Berry.
Halle. Why she do that movie? I mean, I know she got an award for it,
Because,
but
you know,
I thought that was a weird movie.
it was a weird movie.
And I never really thought she was a good actress anyway, so I thought she was awful in it.
So rumor
I'm
has
sorry.
it, rumor has it that Jen and Brad are back together this Christmas. Now,
Makeup.
14 years later, after Angelina Jolie stole her man.
Stole.
See, I would have
Stole.
told her, you ain't woman enough to take my man.
Hey, you.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, she did. Now Angelina was wrong for
Brad was
what
wrong.
She did.
Wrong.
Yeah, Brad
wrong.
was equally wrong, and yeah, rumor has it that Brad and Angelina are back together, though allegedly, because Jen's people were like, no, they're not back together, and she's not pregnant, and blah blah blah. But I can't wait till it comes out on TMZ, because TMZ always has somebody.
The factual.
Yeah, they have
Well, this
somebody
is just
else.
an early. This is just a preliminary here.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, the pair celebrate the holidays together for the first time in 14 years. So I guarantee you, when he left and ran off in the sunset with that old crazy lady, it was a transit or something going on.
It had to be.
And he
It
got
had to be a
lost
transit.
in the foolishness. But she looks as happy as she ever could have been before.
I promise you, whenever something bad happens from now on, I'm going to be like, you know what? The transits are clearly off because you acting up.
Well, you're going to be able to feel
Like
the
that.
shift. You're definitely going to be able to feel this transit because we're getting ready to have another eclipse. So, which is going to take place in January.
Oh.
So, some things are going to be,
It's going to be an eclipse.
yes, they're going to be chopped out of your life. And some new beginnings, some great new beginnings.
Well, I win the lottery though. That's what I need. I need to win the lottery.
I don't know, but can you church people gamble? Do y'all?
Oh, Stony Love. You are the ma'am.
Can they?
Yes.
Yes.
The-
God said.
oh, tell
And
me what
this
he
is what
said.
he said. He said, "Don't get,
I know he
don't
said,
overindulge in things.
Yeah.
So you can do things, but once you get to a point where it's an obsession, or you're overindulging, like getting drunk, or
Oh.
spending all your
Stony Love is
food
talking
money
about the creepy
on the
Christians.
lottery and not
I'm a
eating
Christian.
your food."
No. Not, I see. Know what I said. You're talking about the creepy Christians.
Yeah.
Oh, the
creepy
See, I'm a
Christians-
follower of God.
Yeah, the
them
creepy Christians
Christian
are the people. No,
Right.
not all Christians. The creepy Christians. Creepy Christians are
creepy
what
Christians.
I call the people who are so heavily bound they're no earthly good, and they
Very
can't-
religious.
They're
Very
it's more. It has
religious.
more to do with religion than it does with what you believe, and actually following scriptures and actually trying to have a heart that pleases God.
Mhm.
It doesn't. Those are the people who don't care nothing about your heart. They don't care nothing about, how you are expressing your love for God. They care more about rules and regulations.
well,
God said love everyone,
Come on now.
and they pick and choose
Come
who
on.
they want to love.
you
That's
can
what
love
I mean.
you're supposed to love everyone, but what I do find is that the Christian people tend to judge more and look down upon. And I'm going to say this. I had a friend of mine who went for a job at a church,
Mhm.
and they give you the application like a normal job would.
Mhm.
And he thought that it would be best to go there to get the job more than any other place because he was a convicted felon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He put that on an application, and he didn't get the job.
Okay.
And it wasn't even because he didn't have the experience. They went through all of the preliminaries and everything with him, and then when they got down to that part, they were like, we'll call you. So church folks are the most judgmental because they feel that they have lived a righteous life. They have asked God for forgiveness, and they are now in the righteous HOV lane. And so that
Okay.
And
I'm
that-
about
I
to
will
say
give you
any
that.
of my friends would tell you I don't judge at all. People come.
Well, no,
to me
I'm
with,
not saying you.
Yeah,
No,
but I'm
'cause I
saying
don't get that
as a
perception from you.
person
I'm
who
saying-
is a lover of God. 'Cause
Right.
like I said, God says love everyone.
That's true.
It's not my job to judge.
But my sister
It's
is a
actually
Christian,
sin
and
to
Is she
judge.
judgy?
right. Oh yeah,
Sis is judgy. Don't
Yeah.
be judgy, sis. We gotta love everybody.
she doesn't.
Yes.
She doesn't love herself, but I love her still because the word of God says that you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven unless you love your sister or your brother.
Exactly.
So you have to, and the things that people have done in their lives are the choices that they have made. You have no right to be angry because someone made a choice, a poor choice
Absolutely.
for themselves. That was a learning lesson for them so that they can be the person that they're becoming today. So the only thing we can do is embrace those that have made poor choices and thank God that they are no longer making those poor choices And let's get ready for the holidays. It's about that time for us to close.
What?
This has,
Already?
yes, this has been a promo of the Stony Love Morning Show. And that is what we're filming today. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for chiming in. And we had that entertainment gossip on the show here today. There was an entertainment section. Oh, I forgot to mention in my bookmark section of the show.
Oh, yeah.
And that is Michelle Obama, the book called Becoming. It has made the A-list. So I plan on reading, and I challenge you, whoever's watching, that you read the book Becoming. Will you guys be reading the book
I
Becoming?
am
Yes.
currently reading
Yes.
it. I am in the middle. I'm at about page 100.
What?
Yeah, girl. I
Hey,
went in
can
and
you
got
tell
my
me what
book.
she's becoming? Michelle.
Michelle.
Right, she's becoming
Yeah.
one of the most powerful women in politics, and
Wow.
she's becoming that woman who wore those Balenciaga boots. Sarah, did y'all see that yesterday?
Yes, I saw that.
Listen,
you
if
know
you
we've
did
been
not
trying to get
see-
tickets to her show.
Yeah, we have. If
Oh,
you
wow.
did not see
Walmart
the
tickets.
Balenciaga boots, that's what you need to look at, Fred. 'Cause
I
Those
will.
are
Yeah.
beautiful.
The book,
Yes.
the book is amazing, and I encourage everyone to read the book. But you also need to go and see the stylishness of this woman. She's badass, for lack of a better term.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, that has been this segment of the Stony Love Atlanta Morning Show with Shannon and Tony from The Curve. And you can catch The Curve. Tell them, Shannon.
Okay, you can catch The Curve on Monday nights. You can catch it live. You can go to our Facebook page at On The Curve, and that is Curve with a K. And then after our Monday night segments, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is also On The Curve, you can go to our YouTube page and catch highlights, clips, and all kinds of fun, interesting stuff that we will be sharing with you guys.
All right. Well, that's going to be a wrap, you guys. Real people, real topic, and real conversation right here. Stony Love, Atlanta in the morning. I'll see you on the next one.